where I basically spent a year in Australia, where I read all of the books I could get on technical analysis. So I went through everything from Gann to Elliott Wave to basic technical support and resistance. I did all this sort of research, and I was well known at the library where I lived in Australia because I was the guy that would come down and get the interlibrary loans on these trading books. And I would get big stacks of books, and all I would do was just read them all day long. At night, I would watch the London market. I would trade. I'd do some surfing during the day basically as a break. And so I spent about 12 months getting all these books. And you have to pay for them in Australia. They're not free, so you pay depending on how far it's shipped from across the country. But I basically got all the books I could find from all the libraries in Australia on trading, and it was really interesting because what I found was that trading systems weren't as important as the confidence in the trading system. So what I learned was to really gain confidence in my trading, and that was really, to me, it seemed to be the key, was not the trading system per se, but whether or not I believed in it. And I'm reminded of the story that, do you know Richard Donchian, who's sort of the father of
Donchian channels? Yeah. Trend big trader.
So
trend trader.
Yeah. So he basically, there's a story where, the Turtles and Richard Dennis, all these people use, Ed Sequoia, use derivatives of the Donchian breakout trend trading system. Well, Donchian taught a university level course in trading, and it was 14 weeks, as most semesters are. And he basically said, of the 14 weeks, the first week he spent teaching the students the trading system, and the remaining 13 weeks he spent convincing them to stick with the trading system. And I find that really telling because in trading, I think there's a real lesson in that the real gains are made not in finding the perfect system, but in understanding that the system works and believing in the system and sticking with the system through all the drawdowns that are inevitable. And I find that backtesting really is the way that you get that confidence. So that was my basic end result of that year of reading everything, looking for the magic bullet. Basically came to the conclusion that, well, really what I need to do is find something, stick to it, and get good at it. And that's how I found basically consistent profits. And it wasn't until I decided to do that, instead of switching systems and jumping around, that didn't lead to anything other than frustration for me.